Thank you, madam. Thank you for allowing me to speak on the Finance Bill 2025. I have four areas of focus, ma'am. Before I get into that, let me start off by congratulating the Finance Minister for two issues, ma'am. The first issue is the indirect tax collection has risen by almost 16.2% compared to the last year, ma'am. Second issue that I want to congratulate her is with regards to there is a tax exemption given up to 12 lakh rupees for the income tax payer, ma'am. There's almost 1 lakh crore that has been foregone by the government. But still, the assumption is that by next year, there will be increase of 13.4% in tax receipts, ma'am. So this shows the confidence in the Indian economy and in the Indian financial system, ma'am. I congratulate her for these two issues, ma'am. Coming to the four focus areas that I have. The first one, ma'am, it is regarding faceless e-assessment. I have a data from 2017 to 2021-22, ma'am. This system has made this faceless assessment has made the system very transparent and also made very efficient, ma'am. But there are almost 5,98,448 cases in this period of 2017 to 2021. They have been filed. And out of these close to 6 lakh appeals, 73% of the appeals have been disposed of. Still, there are 27% of the appeals that have not been disposed of, ma'am. So the amount that is being locked up, because these appeals are not being disposed of, amount that is being locked up at any point of the time is almost 58 lakh crores, ma'am. So if I extrapolate that of the disposed 73% and calculate based on the 27% that has not been disposed of, it is almost 15 lakh crores of money that has been locked up in the system, ma'am. So I request the Finance Minister to clarify on the way forward so that this locked up amount can be released, so that it can be released into the second focus area is, ma'am, it's regard to the GST collection. It has grown by almost 77% from 11 lakh crore in 2020 to 20 lakh crore in 23-24, ma'am. But with the growth in the GST collections, there are also pending appeals that have grown from 5,000 to 15,000 in the last 5 years. This is almost 3 times the growth. So the way forward is, there are 2 ways that are there. The first one is whether we are going to take the 15th Finance Commission recommendation and make certain changes to the rates and merge them and make the GST simplified so that it's easier for the GST payers. And second way forward is, there are a lot of state goods and service tax appellate tribunals at the state level which are not functional, ma'am. I think the union government has to handhold the states and make these tribunals functional, ma'am. So if you do these 2 things, definitely these pending appeals that have been raising will be curtailed, and this will in a way add to the revenues of the state also, ma'am. And third focus area is the custom duty collection. In 25-26 budget that has been presented by the Finance Minister, the expectation of the custom duties is around 2,40,000 crores. That is almost 5.6% of the gross tax revenues, ma'am. But when we are hearing for the last 3 or 4 months after that Trump has come into power in US, with regards to the tariff regime that is going to be effectively come in coming months. So this 2,40,000 crores, whether this can be with the new tariff regime that is going to come, if this will be reduced, if it is reduced, how this can be compensated and from where it can be compensated. If the Finance Minister can clarify on this, that would be great, ma'am. And the fourth focus point is with regards to the total Capex. Total Capex that we have spent in the last 10 years is 50 lakh crores that have been spent, ma'am. This is an amazing achievement that we have made in the last 10 years. And with the 50 lakh crore that have been spent in the last 10 years, our railways have been ranked top 5 globally. Our metros have become 3rd largest in the world. Our airports have become 3rd largest domestic aviation market in the world. Our national highways have become 2nd largest in the world. This has been achieved within 10 years. This is not not that easy to achieve, but this was able to achieve because of the hard investments that have been made into the infrastructure in the last 10 years. But in the last 2 years, most importantly, in the last 2 years, there's an underutilization of the Capex. In the last year, there was 75,000 of underutilization. Before that year, there was almost 25,000. In total, there was 1 lakh crores of underutilization of Capex that has happened in the last 2 years, ma'am. So why I'm mentioning about this underutilization is, instead of keeping it underutilized, can we bring it into the system? How we can bring it into the system? Can we invest in the new technologies that are coming about? We can invest in the R&D activities. Why we have to invest in the R&D activities and in the new technologies? Because if you look at the foreign institutional investors in the last 3 or 4 years, where they have gone, where they have invested, if you have verified it across the globe, mostly they are interested not in the hard infrastructure projects, but they are interested in investing in the new technologies that are there. If we can use this underutilized Capex into these new technologies that are there, these foreign investors also will come in and invest in that, and the tax revenues also will be increased, ma'am. So I hope the finance minister will take this into the account. And I cannot talk about finance bill without talking about Andhra Pradesh. You all know, ma'am, everyone in the house knows how Andhra Pradesh has been bifurcated. It's very unscientifically bifurcated, man. We have a revenue deficit of 16,000 crores in 2014-15 when the state was bifurcated. And the most shocking was when the national share of agriculture sector has reduced from 17% to 14.4% in the last 10 years, from 2014 to 2024. You know what has happened in Andhra Pradesh, ma'am? In Andhra Pradesh, our reliance on agriculture sector has increased from 24%, which was 24% in 2014, to 35% in 2024. So we have gone into the primary economic model. Even in the service sector, which is a tertiary economic activity, our share was 51% in 2014. It has come down to 41%. So our whole economy has been reversed. Our whole economy has been backslid into agriculture-dependent economy, ma'am. And in contrast, if you see Telangana, Karnataka and everything, they have capitalized on the service sector that has been prevalent in the states, ma'am. So in the last 5 years, in the last 10 years, we have become revenue deficit. At the same time, we have become very much reliant on the agriculture activities, ma'am. So the request from our side is understand the issues of Andhra Pradesh and grant us the revenue deficit grant that we've been asking for the state of Andhra Pradesh, ma'am. Not only because of bifurcation of the state in an unscientific way, but also we have been facing troubles because of the financial mismanagement that has happened in Andhra Pradesh in the last 5 years, ma'am. You all know, when you talk about Andhra Pradesh, the first thing that comes to anyone's mind in this house and everywhere is, they all talk about the big budgeted movies of Andhra Pradesh. You talk about Bahubali, you talk about RRR, you talk about Pushpa. They all collected 1,700 crores, 1,800 crores, 2,000 crores. Huge amounts they have collected. But, ma'am, I want to put across a story in this house which has much more value, much more collections that have happened within the last 5 years in the state of Andhra Pradesh, ma'am. You must have heard about Delhi liquor scam. Whatever you heard about Delhi liquor scam, whatever you heard about the numbers in the Delhi liquor scam, when you compare it with what has happened in Andhra Pradesh, it's just peanuts. The repercussions are seen in the parliament. There's an MP in the Rajya Sabha who has resigned from his post before his term has ended, even though he has 3.5 years of term, 4 years of term left. Even then, he has resigned and said, "I'm quitting politics." It's because of this liquor scam that has happened in Andhra Pradesh, ma'am. This liquor scam is just like how how this RRR movie is there, how Pushpa movie is there, where there's a pre-production, production, and also distribution. Even for the liquor scam also, there's a pre-production, production, and distribution happen. What is the pre-production? Pre-production was the narrative was built. The narrative was built. The narrative was built in pre-production level. The narrative was built in the pre-production level, where it was mentioned that once coming into power, we will definitely prohibit the alcohol in the state. We'll prohibit the alcohol in the state was a narrative built. If you don't prohibit the alcohol, the rates of the alcohol will be raised to such a level, normal people cannot consume that. That is a narrative that was built at the pre-production level. What happened after that? After that, once the production stage has come, they have gone to the companies which are producing this alcohol and said, these companies which are producing the alcohol have said, we are raising this amount, we are raising these prices, you want to give it or not? They said, they're all international brands. They said, we cannot supply this alcohol at this rate. So they quit. So what happened at the production level was all the distilleries in the state, 20 to 25 distilleries were taken over. Not only those distilleries have taken over. On top of that, what has happened was 26 new companies were incorporated. 26 new companies were incorporated. Adan was incorporated in December 2019. Graysons, Leela, JR Associates, PV Spirits, they're all incorporated in March 2020. There are almost 26 new companies were incorporated for the production of this alcohol. What has happened once these companies were incorporated, they started producing new brands, which no one in this country ever heard of. I'll read out the name of these brands. SNJ 1000, British Empire, President's Medal, even President is not left out. HT Gold Whiskey, Anytime Gold, all these brands were brought into the market. Never heard of, never seen of. Never seen. These are all been given. They've been taken to the market, got into the market by these distilleries, which have come up within a few days after 2019. So what these brands have done at the production level, these brands have been produced. Once these brands are produced, how they will be distributed? They have given these brands to APSBCL, State Breweries Corporation Limited, and once they given it to State Breweries Corporation Limited, they were sold in the shops owned by the government. How they sold in the shops? That is a very interesting question. How they sold in the shops? They have given these breweries to all these shops, and once they are given there, all the transactions were cash transactions. No, there's no cash transactions. Sir, last 1 minute, sir, I'll conclude. Sir, I have 15 minutes time, sir, I'll conclude, sir.
No digital payment.
There's no digital payments. I'll give you the number, sir. Out of 99,000 crores that was sold in the retail shops in those 5 years, 2019 to 2024, only 650 crores were cashless transactions. So whereas in the country, where the 99,000 crores were in cash, that has happened, sir. Whereas in the country it was reversed. Yeah, the UPI transactions have gone from 1 lakh crores in 2017-18 to 200 lakh crores in 5 years, 138%. Whereas in Andhra Pradesh, on the sale of liquor, it has been reversed. So I'll conclude in 1 minute, sir. Last 1 point, sir. So how this has been rooted out? Because of this, there's almost a mismanagement of 18,000 crores of money has been mismanaged. Whose money is this, sir? This money belongs to SC and ST communities. They need to be given to the SC, ST supplants. This belongs to BC communities. This belongs to minority communities. This belongs to every citizen of this country, sir. Not only this 18,000 crores, sir. There is 4,000 crores of this money has been binami and transacted and taken out of country into Dubai and also into Dubai and Africa, sir. There's 2,000 crores of rupees that have been taken out of from Andhra Pradesh to Dubai, sir. This has been done by N. Sunil Reddy. By using N. Sunil Reddy, he used a face of one infrastructure company in Hyderabad. Through that, 2,000 crores of money has been taken out and parked in Dubai, sir. Another 1,000 crores has been parked in Africa, sir. All these belong to state of Andhra Pradesh. They belong to people of Andhra Pradesh, sir. So we request the ED. We request the ED to investigate into every issue, investigation, because SIT, these are all the report. These are report given by SIT, sir. These are given by the SIT, sir. SIT has only certain extent where they can investigate, sir. But ED is the one which can verify the transaction that happens between the countries, sir. We request ED to intervene into this, sir. So with this observation, sir, we request revenue deficit grant to be given, and also we request bringing, maybe the government to think of bringing, because in the Delhi we have seen, in Andhra we have seen bringing liquor under the GST, sir, so that this kind of camp won't happen. Thank you.
Please continue. Mahoday.